I'm convinced billionaires legit believe that they own us like slaves. Billionaires have such a godlike ego that they literally believe that people solely exist to serve them. They push so hard to make sure everyone's waking moment dedicated to them. They demand everyone be on call to suck as much work as they possibly can out of their employees. All the money they make off of our backs, they use to build shrines and monuments to their own vanity. I'm convinced the only true reason we work anymore is to fund space programs for billionaires. The cost of labor has gotten so cheap that there is no incentive for a billionaire to pay us fair wages. We have become slaves to their system. I truly believe this is the mindset of all billionaires. Their disconnect of the average working person and themselves is so great that they no longer view us as humans, but as profit generators, working tirelessly, destroying our mental, emotional, and physical health for them. They are sociopaths. You are a resource to be used and discarded when your worth has been extracted. If you were more valuable, you would be a sociopath, too. They know exactly what they're doing. Billionaires fall into the same category as like Karens when you're at the workplace. You don't exist unless they need something from you, and the moment they have what they need you stop existing. You are only a valuable resource so long as they see value in you, and afterwards you are nothing more than a nuisance. But that's okay because billionaires are also just like corporations. They're not people, they are not alive or real, they are just piles of money run by shareholders. You don't become a billionaire unless you're a sociopath. Of course they don't care about everyone below them. That's how they got up there in the first place. You're even not that important to them. You're an entry in a spreadsheet that gets handled by someone else. I don't think this is fair. It also applies to millionaires too. Not only billionaire but any employer's believers they own their employee. That is why your employers can dictate when you can spend time with your family, your vacations, your well-being and your freedom. So-called civilization and industrialization has only created a new form of slavery. There are people who work to death because they need to put a baguette bread on the table for their families. LinkedIn is today the largest market for slave for sale. People are selling their labors and lives for pennies. True human freedom was during hunter and gathering and farming, where everyone produced what they need to consume. Right, so when are we going to organize and demand that wealth back? Well, they do. They do. Are they actually wrong? In the US they basically do. I feel this too. We live in a system that doesn't value hard work or empathy, but instead rewards these bloated parasitic billionaires in about every way it possibly could. Generations of PPL live under the boot with the constant threat of what the managerial class call creating greater worker insecurity, to keep workers desperate and wages low so only a select few can remain wealthy and reap all the benefits, solely enrich themselves. Maybe we need a new ideology based on the values of humanity, common sense and empathy. PPL should starve and freeze to death in the richest countries on the face of the earth. Healthcare should no longer be solely profit-based. PPL should be treated fairly and paid fairly for the work they do. They've been pretty open about it. They do. The difference is they own as a group now, instead of individually. They do view the rest of us as disposable. I'm convinced the only true reason we work anymore is to fund space programs for billionaires. What an idiotic thought. Space is the future of mankind. If you cannot understand that, we can always hope that you do not vote. I spoke with several people I know. That level of money literally unlocks everything. There is nothing you cannot do. That'll get to you. That would get to anyone. Not as slaves. As numbers, we are just another resource to them. Something to use and leave behind once it breaks. There are less than 2,700 players of this game on a planet of 8 billion human inhabitants. The damage they do is immeasurable, all while trying to obtain a wealth high score. Billionaires are an economic black hole. They've reached a critical mass wherein all wealth flows towards them, destroying smaller objects in their orbit to feed their rapaciousness. Every billionaire is evidence of a crime against humanity. There are no recognizable social or economic benefits to a system that creates billionaires in the QTY that our current world environment creates.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.